Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on the crypto markets. We're going to do a full update. We'll talk about what's going on right now, and well, we will mainly talk about whether we are going to dump down lower and just in general what to expect over the course of today. Now, this morning, what I said is that I thought it was most likely we would be able to hold this level here at 95,000. I might be wrong about that because, as you can see, the price right now is at 94,300. But at this point of time, I still ultimately think that we could spike down lower, and that's also what I said this morning. And I think that's what's happening. I think we are liquidating some longs right here, potentially spiking down into 93,000. And after that, I do expect a sharp bounce. And I'll tell you why. But at this point of time, what you can see is that the fundamentals are not doing as great as expected. I mean, you can see the dollar strength index is still super weak, so that's definitely good. But then two things I like a little bit less is, first of all, that the stock market turned relatively bearish, even though futures on the stock market were quite bullish. It's a small drop though, and like I said, this is kind of double, right? Because ultimately the stock markets are still bullish. So the more this drops down, the closer we get to support. And I would argue that Bitcoin is actually still holding on relatively well. However, what we are seeing, and that's something I do not like a lot, and that's also the key reason why I'm saying I could be wrong, is that the Coinbase Bitcoin premium or discount has actually turned into a discount. Here and there we still get a premium, as you can see, but it's neither here or there. It's at a small discount right now. That could still change. Now, the key reason why I expect that we will actually bounce soon, potentially maybe like the 4-hour time frame closes in 25 minutes, so maybe that still closes below 95,000. But ultimately, and this was also I think the thumbnail, ultimately I do think we'll be able to reclaim that fairly soon and get a move back into 98 and 99,000. There's multiple reasons for that, but the key reason is that I think the fundamentals are still good enough. Dollar strength index is still quite weak. The USDT dominance is at a strong resistance level. Coinbase Bitcoin price could be better, like I said. But if you take those fundamentals and you take a look at the order flow right now, which I will show you, what you can see on what's happening right now is that a huge amount of orders are being opened, and it seems like the majority of those orders, especially just after the US opening, were shorts. All right, so a lot of shorts are being opened right now, while we are getting closer to very strong support, and while the fundamentals have not meaningfully, I think, turned more bearish than what they were last week, or at least in general, the trend has not changed. So that's why I still think that at some point of time, those shorts will be closed out, especially when the longs will be liquidated. We've already liquidated some longs, but it seems like there's some more down towards 93,000. So for now, like I said, there still seems to be a lot of bearish pressure right now, but I do think we will spike down, recover, reclaim 95,000, and then go up from there. Now, however, what that means for a lot of coins right now is that they are very weak. All right, if you take a look at something like XRP here, which I always like to take a look at. We saw a lot of shorts coming in for XRP as well, but this is, I mean, it's very tough for XRP, especially given the strong Bitcoin dominance right now, to reclaim 2.5, which it needs to do if Bitcoin bounces, right? So for altcoins, it looks a little bit less good. I mean, there were some good moves over the course of today. We saw Hedera, for example, do quite well. I actually took a trade on this when I saw the ETF news, because there was some news about a potential Hedera ETF coming, or at least there was a new 194B application by Canary Capital. So that's all great, and it reacted to the news fairly well. Outside of that, there's some moves here and there. I mean, you can see Magic Eden is gaining some momentum. Sui was being shorted into support, but into oblivion, I wanted to say. But Sui is also getting towards a very interesting support level right here, around 2.9. If that fails to hold, it's in a lot of trouble. But for now, I would stay away. But Sui is definitely a coin to keep your eyes on. I mean, if it drops down into 2.9, like I said, and we get a good reaction from that, and it lines up with a liquidity spike from Bitcoin, I think that's an opportunity. But I'll leave that up to you. Like I said, it's still fairly risky. Solana is basically in the same boat. Also got a bearish breakdown, and Solana I would stay away from there. There's basically like the next major support is around 125. So if we drop down into that, then great, but anything above that I think is too risky. Ondo is at an amazing support level. I do think that will be able to line up with support for Bitcoin in the market as well. And Tau is also still very strong. Tau, like if you look at Tau, you would not know that the market is dropping down right now. But outside of that, there's not much that I think we need to be talking about. I mean, there's some coins, like the volume is quite high, so that's good. That actually increases the chances of getting some sort of a capitulation candle, which is what we want. But we'll see. I'll keep you updated on that for sure. You can see Sonic right here is also testing support. That's an interesting coin to keep your eyes on, but that's it for now. That's my watch list. That's my thoughts on XRP. That's my thoughts on Bitcoin and my thoughts on the market in general. If you do have any questions, of course, let me know down in the comments. Take care. Have a great week. Be safe in these markets, and bye.